I'm Tisha.
Loren.
And this is the Open Booked podcast. Today we are talking about Famous Last Words by Gillian, or I don't know if it's Gillian or Gillian
It's
McAllister. Gillian. Okay.
I think it's Gillian because when the audiobook was reading it to me, they said Gillian, and I felt bad because last week I'd said Gillian.
I mean, it's the difference in America and the UK and just reading and hearing things. So it's, I'm sure, a common thing because I watched a few TikTok videos about it and I'm pretty sure several of the people said Gillian too. So you're not the only one.
Yeah, it's just a pronunciation thing. I'm sure like people look at my name and the way it's spelled versus the traditional way to spell my name, and it would be Loren versus Loren, but everyone pronounces it Loren except for one person I met. They were, it's Loren, and I was like, bet that's my name too, so I guess it's just a preference thing. I don't know, but anyways, I'm sure it could be that or UK, because G's to us are G, and to them it might be J, or it could be like a name from a certain like Irish descent or something.
Yeah. And even like Geneva Rose, she spells hers with a G and most people spell it with a J. So
is hers with a G?
Because I've looked her up several times and start typing J and it doesn't come up. It's G, I think. Now I'm questioning myself.
This is like one of those mind game things where it is J. Sometimes things are spelled wrong, but your brain fixes them and you don't realize it. Have you seen some of those like tests where it's like a full sentence out of order misspelled and your brain automatically fixes it? That is crazy to me, but every time mine always does. Until I specifically go back and point it out. I'm like, oh shit, I could not be a book editor. My brain is the editor, my hand is not.
So first, what are you reading?
Yeah, what I'm reading. So this week what I finished, we'll start there. I finally finished the fucking Devil's Night series that I've been working on because I had to wait forever and blah, blah, blah. The scene that I was reading for was very anticlimactic at this point because it was very short and it was 1 second. He got on the table, danced to my prerogative just to make her smile, and it moved on. Yes, I loved it. Great. But for me reading 4 books before that, because I read one of the novellas while I was waiting for it to become available, and then like another novella after that. So all in all, I read 6 books because of one fucking TikTok video. So to say anticlimactic. That being said, I didn't like hate the series. I think it was good. I wouldn't read it again. It's not like my normal, thing. But like, yeah, I read it. It was cool. But then also, I read this random book on my Kindle I got from Stuff My Kindle Day last week. About Panama. Gave me some wild ass dreams. Like I owned a yacht. It was great. Because I was reading right before bed. And then I am now reading on my Kindle another book that I got from that day. It's a rom-com. I just started it, so I can't tell you anything about it yet. Physical book. I'm still reading the one from last week. I haven't got maybe a couple more chapters. I just don't have a lot of time for physical book because my reading physical is in bed, and I have that Kindle stand you bought me, and I got a clicker from TikTok Shop, and I just lay there with my arms in a blanket, click, 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 and turn my pages. And then Audible, I'm starting Throne of Glass today. Not the Throne of Glass series, but Assassin's Blade, I think is the first one. I don't know if you've seen all the comments on my Facebook. We'll have to debrief about that. I was trying to figure out the reading order for us. So, what about you?
I am listening to, for the Goodreads, like, Women's Month challenge. It's, I'm listening to Code Girls, which is pretty interesting. I watched on Netflix the 6888, which is about the all-black women's army corps that organized all of the mail during the First World War.
Okay, that's cool.
Or maybe it's World War II. I don't know. The Nazi stuff.
That's 2. Yep, Nazi.
Okay, so 2. Yeah. So they organized all of the mail. Like they had like 13 hangers full of bags of mail and men couldn't figure out how to organize it and get it to the right places, because during that time, a lot of um, military men were moving around a lot. They'd be stationed in one place for a week and then move to somewhere else. So they figured it all out, and it was pretty interesting. So Code Girls is similar, same time era, and it is trying to decipher code from other countries. And they had so many layers to it. Like, they would get the code, decipher it, then cipher it again to send it out and transmit it, and then they would have to decipher it and decipher it again on the other end. So it was a bunch of women that did that. They took a lot of like school teachers, because apparently during that time there was like a law that said that teachers had to be unmarried, couldn't have children, of course had to be educated. So that was quite a thing. I was like, huh, which kind of lends to the old maid whatever
figure of speech.
Yeah. Because they couldn't be married, because a lot of the times they were married to military men and they would have to move. They couldn't be teachers. So listening to Code Girls and still reading Psycho Fae. Just like you, I don't have a lot of time to just sit there reading. Yeah, it's like 5 to 10 pages a night.
Yeah, no, I get it. I have a book light, and I will put it on at bedtime for but my husband, for everyone listening, my husband works weekends. Mm-hmm. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and when I say works, it's not like he has to be at work by 9. Like, he has to get up at 4 a.m. So late nights really aren't a thing. So for me, any day of the week. So if I do read, it has to be my Kindle, because my book light is so bright. If I'm laying next to him in bed, he's like, feels like he's got a spotlight on him. Yeah. He's like, can you roll over? And then I'm like on my side, my glasses are like this, you know? And I'm like, yeah, this doesn't work. So yeah, paper books are hard, especially with, I'm sure you have kids, small businesses, me, full-time job, small businesses, newfound gaming addiction. It's just hard to squeeze it all in.
Yeah.
Have you started Throne of Glass yet?
No. I'm going to try to finish Code Girls today, and then I'll start listening to it.
So just to fill everybody in, starting next week, we are doing the plunge. This will be fun because neither of us have read it, and we're going to do it a book at a time. This is an 8-week thing. I think we talked about this. I don't think we're doing the tandem read.
No.
I think I've read enough comments that say you don't have to.
Okay.
That I'm not worried about it. So I made a Facebook post for all of my book friends to recommend an order. What I've landed on is the order that they're in the box. See if you agree with me. Because apparently Assassin's Blade can either be read first or third. The people who commented, Nicole was one of them, they had read it third and regretted not reading it first.
Okay.
I had 2 people that I personally know say that, so I trust it. Actually 3. I had someone message me the other day about it too. So that seems to be the best, one at a time. Obviously, this is 8 weeks. 8 weeks of podcasts here for us, so we're excited. But I wanted to share, I think the Audible sale is still going on. What actually prompted this for me was I saw a TikTok about all these books on sale from Audible, and I kind of have this rule of thumb. If it's more than $15, I use a credit for it. If it's less than $15, I just buy it. Because in my head, I'm girl math, but I mean, it's logical as well. My credits are $15 a month, so if I have a $30 book, I'm using my $15 credit. It just makes more sense. So 5 out of the 8 of these books were on sale for $3.99. $3.99 on Audible, you keep them forever. So it's not when they're available, like, it's nothing. It's literally your book. So I got 5 out of the 8 for $3.99, and then I had a stock of credits. No clue how. I guess I hadn't used an Audible credit in a while. I was like, how the hell do I have... Actually, still have one right now. How the hell do I have 4 credits stacked up? But anyways, I used the credits for the other 3. So all in all, these audiobooks that would have cost between $15 and $30 a piece, I got for girl math credits don't count, $4 times 5, whatever that's, $20. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, this is a steal. So then I text Tisha and I'm like, are we gonna do this thing or what? So
yeah.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. I got the 5 and then used a credit for Assassin's Blade, and then I'll just use a credit next month or whatever for the next one.
Yeah, no, we have 8 weeks, so I really didn't even have to pop all my credits at one time. I just did. Yeah, no, so we're really excited about that. I think the sale's still going on. There's a ton of books actually included in there. And some of them are like 99 cents. I thought about going back and just kind of stocking up because I'm debating on canceling Everand. Every single day I have this internal debate when I plug my phone into my car and it restarts my fucking book, or I click out of the app for a second to check a notification, go back to it, and it starts buffering and then loses my spot. I'm still dealing with all of these same issues, and they're focused more on revamping and this new plan that you talked about last week than fixing the actual major issues of listening in the app. So, every day I'm closer to canceling. Audible I'll bitch about all the time, but they do have a really, really great selection. They really do. And the credit thing, it's pretty standard. I don't have issues with playback. I don't have issues with anything. So, I don't know. Scribe was or Everand was so good when it first came out. It was like $10.99 or when we first got on it, and they had everything. It's just good things get, I don't know. Maybe everyone abused it like we did.
Probably.
We're losing money. Anyways, so I'll probably do that. Did you know that Book of the Month has a Reddit forum for every book every month so you can get in there and talk to people about the books?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't either. I thought they would tell you that. I guess it's just, I don't know, but it's actual Book of the Month page. It has their logo and everything, and it has like the picture of every book, and then you click on them, and it has like the, Reddit forums where everyone just talks to each other. I found it while researching for the pod today, for our agenda, and I was like, oh man, this would be really great for any of those like open to interpretation books, theories, like that would be awesome. So anyways, I thought that I would share that. Guys, we are not sponsored by Book of the Month, but we are big fans of Book of the Month. So if you want to sign up, hit us up. We have links. You get a free book your first time.
Yeah.
Also, I told Tisha this on my birthday was last week, and I got a notification from Book of the Month because I'm a BFF, so I've been a Book of the Month member for more than 18 boxes. I think that's like the limit. It's been a couple of years, okay? And they all match and they're beautiful. That's all these right here. And they even have the month inside of them. It's really cool, guys. And it's only $15 a month. You get the book of the year voted every year for free. So I got this one. Look, and it has sprayed edges. This book wasn't even on my TBR, but adding it, I got it for free. And then your birthday, you get another free book. So I got 3 books. Yeah. 3 books for 1 credit, which to me, girl math is free because my credit came out like the week before. So I got 3 books for free.
Yay.
Yeah.
And they're hardbacks.
Anyways,
like they're not paperbacks. They're hardbacks. Like
they are really good.
They're all the same size. They're formatted and they all have the thing. Like this is perfect for like an at-home library. It's $15 a month. It's perfect. Yeah.
Literally, you cannot go to Barnes and Noble and get books for $15 like this unless they're on sale. And they're not even all going to be the same size.
No, and like both of those, A Killing Cold and Beautiful Ugly, and even this one, we got them before they were released. So you get early releases. Yes. So that's nice.
Yes, you do get early releases.
So Book of the Month.
Beautiful.
Could you give us a code to share with our fans? Or I don't know, sponsor us? That'd be great.
Yes. No, we are big fans. Big fans. Honestly, great experience. I signed up for another box and I put myself on a waiting list. This one's called, have you heard of the Bookish box? Okay, they have like custom covers and pretty. It's a little bit more expensive. It's $30 a month, but
Mm-hmm.
you get the custom book, and it's only romantasy. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a dark romantasy and a regular romantasy. The
Ooh, yeah,
dark one is the only one there's not a waiting list for. So I
of
put myself
course.
on the waiting list for the combined box, so you get one of
Mm-hmm.
each. But anyways, I signed up for it, so I'm gonna get my first one. So I'll share when I get it. But they also send you like other stuff with it. I think like coffee, tea,
Mm-hmm.
bookmarks, stickers. It's like a little subscription box that's more than just the book. Whereas the book of the month is just literally the book. Well, you get a
Mm-hmm.
bookmark every month, and sometimes they're funny. Like I had one that said guaranteed climax every time. I
Yeah.
was crying. And at your 1 year, I think once you become a BFF, you get a big free tote bag. It's actually really good, nice quality
Hmm.
canvas tote bag.
Love that.
Yeah. Um. Okay. One other thing I wanted to talk about was stuff your Kindle days, okay? I was telling Tisha while I was waiting to record, I'm shopping. I've been seeing all these TikToks about stuff your Kindle days, and in my head, I thought it was through Amazon. And I just kind of want to, I don't know if everyone doesn't know about this. I just felt like I didn't, so I'm sure there are other people that don't, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to share the knowledge here. They are usually third party websites, okay? The third party websites have links to the books until only certain days. So within this past week, there's been two separate events. One was like a cinnamon roll boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha cinnamon roll, that's what it was. Alpha cinnamon roll. And then this one is just indie, and it's called let me actually pull it up. Indie visible events. So it's like indie author visibility event. So this one has all sorts of genres. But it goes on, it'll be over by the time this airs, but I'm sure there will be more. So what it is, when you see people talking about these, you go to the website, you can search whichever book genres you want, read the synopsis, all of that good stuff, and then you can select how you want it. A lot of them will give them to you like on Apple Books if you just read on your phone, or Book Funnel. I've seen that too
Mm-hmm.
before. Or most of them, actually, I haven't. I'll say most of them. I have not personally ran into any that won't work with Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been doing is clicking that. It takes you to your Amazon account, and then it will let you buy it for $0, and
Mm-hmm.
deliver it to your Kindle for free. So it's just like an extra step. But I've
Mm-hmm.
already read one book, was great. I'm reading a second one now. But I mean, hey, you can't be free. And a lot of these are like the beginnings of series, and it's getting exposure to these indie authors. So heck yeah, 10 out of 10 times I'd rather read an indie author's book and help them get some exposure. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the marketing of it is okay, we give you the first book, there's four more you gotta buy. But
Yeah.
no matter what, hey, we're supporting indie authors and also getting free books. It's a win-win.
Mm-hmm. And also, you're working toward your it's costing Amazon money. After 20, it's like 2,638 pages of like read on Kindle, you're costing the company money. So the more you can work toward that every month and kind of stick it to the man, the better.
Yeah,
And
I love
instead of
that.
canceling like your Amazon account and all of that because you're, fighting the whatever, um, you can do things like that to both support authors, because when you cancel your Amazon and like your Kindle Unlimited, you're actually taking away from those authors that we love and want to support. So instead, you can be proactive and do things like this, and it actually helps them in the long run. So we also have a link on our website that you can click every day. It updates. So it will take you to free books. It's got all of the different genres. You can just kind of search through and scroll and get just free books every day of the year.
Wait,
Yeah.
on our website?
Yeah. Yeah. Openbook.com.
Tisha? Okay, I'm going to our website.
So it has all of
I forgot we
those.
had a website, honestly.
Yeah. Maybe open-booked.com. I think that's what it was. I'm like, I don't know.
I can't find us.
I'm gonna have to
Open
go to
table?
our no
I'm just kidding.
open.
Book. Okay, it popped up to listen to us on Spotify.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go fix our website apparently, but it's on there, and it's got our book of the month like referral link. It's got ways to listen to our podcast on all of the different platforms. Also, a way to reach out to us if you want to do any sort of sponsorship or if you want us to help promote you. Like, we can do all the things.
Honestly, if you're an indie author, and we'd love to have a guest too.
Yeah. Yeah. We are always open
We
to
haven't.
things, collabs.
Yes, we love a good collab. That's the small business owners in us. Um, we have an AI overview. Do you want to hear it? When I googled us.
Yeah.
Open Booked is a podcast that discusses the lives of female entrepreneurs, book lovers, and travel enthusiasts. Host Tisha's and Loren host the podcast. You can listen on Spotify.
Okay.
Thank you, AI.
Yeah.
Anyways, I felt that it was good information to share about the stuff your Kindle events.
Yeah.
Okay, should we talk about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni?
Yeah.
Biggest update from the actual, before we talk about the drama from the premiere. The biggest update on the actual case is Blake Lively tried to get the celebrity texts from her phone dismissed. Her reasoning by this is all alleged based on TikTok videos I've seen, okay? I'm not gonna end up getting mentioned in this lawsuit too, okay?
Yeah, no.
This is all alleged. None of this is confirmed. I'm just saying what I'm hearing, okay? That this text messages, she was saying to the judge, supposedly, that these text messages would be detrimental to other celebrities' careers. And the judge's response was pretty much, they're celebrities, they're people, just like everyone else. In any other case, this wouldn't happen, so no. That is, again, alleged, what I've heard. Then there's also a creator that is now going to be suing her as well. Have you seen, I think it's Cam B or B Cam. He just genuinely has been covering the case, right? And he started off on Blake Lively's side. Then when the suits came out, he spent literally 9 hours. He had them printed. He dissected it. Turned full team Justin Baldoni, okay? Just genuine facts covering the case. None of his stuff was handled improperly. He said alleged on things, but he literally, his backup or his facts came from the lawsuits, right? So it's not anything public information. TikTok took his video down. He had an inside source anonymously reach out to him because of his deep diving in the case and give him some intel, right? Within like half a day, TikTok took the video down. Did not violate community guidelines, so he fought TikTok and won. So the video went back up. But in the meantime, guess who he reached out to? Candace motherfucking Owens, okay? Say what you want about her political beliefs, everyone. She is a fighter. She is a right fighter. She doesn't care, and she is all about facts. She is about facts. She doesn't make shit up. She encourages people suing her because she knows that she's right. She's the one who actually put the timeline together, literally, that is now being used in the lawsuit. She's mentioned in the lawsuit now, along with Perez Hilton, who, by the way, didn't we grow up with Perez Hilton being like crazy, and now he's like a news cover person?
Yeah.
Anyways, I was like, I didn't even recognize him. I'm gonna be honest. He doesn't even look the same. But he's now mentioned in the lawsuit because they use the same attorney. So it's like some sort of conflict of interest that he's covering the case. I haven't seen him stop covering it, so I don't know that it'll actually do anything. But now this guy was looking for representation because it was affecting his personal means with TikTok. So that shows they have some sort of influence at TikTok to get it taken down. But yeah, that's the actual facts of the case, okay, or alleged things from TikTok. So yeah, she has another movie. You want to talk about that video you sent me?
Oh my gosh. Which we could see in A Simple Favor. So A Simple Favor 2 had their premiere this past weekend. You could see in A Simple Favor, the first one, the kind of disdain for each other, both from Blake and Anna. And Anna is just kind of a feisty person. She doesn't really care for bullshit. She doesn't care for people thinking so highly of themselves. So she is very annoyed in all of their PR by Blake and her just opinion of herself. So they're doing an interview and someone asks Blake something, and she goes on this very long roundabout way of saying that it was fun to record this film, basically. But she mentioned at the beginning, she's like, "Oh, so in A Simple Favor 3," and Anna immediately was like, "Oh," like adjusting her hair.
Yeah.
She's like, "This is fucking annoying." So yeah, people are not giving a ton of good reception to A Simple Favor 2 because of, all of the drama with Blake, but they kind of knew this would happen. So they're not even sending it to theaters. They're only putting it on Prime Video, which I
Which
think
is
is,
wild.
yeah, wild, wild. Like, except for Disney, and even Disney doesn't do it very often, but like Soul, they did a few years ago on Christmas, and Encanto, and there were a few others, but
COVID, really. A lot of them
yeah,
did that with COVID. Yeah.
yeah, but they're all, coming back. They're doing the movie theater thing, and they're making their money. Like, that's what the point of having it in theaters is to make some of their money back, because these are huge investments. And they're not willing to do that with A Simple Favor 2. They're willing to lose the money because they just have to get it out. They had to sell it to Prime Video, and that's the only place it's going to be available for a very long time, I'm sure.
Yeah. Which, yeah, no, the thing I saw was, when they're first walking in and they stop and talk to all the fans. Anna Kendrick is known for being hilarious, like, and relatable.
Hmm.
Someone asked her, "Hey, what's it like working with Blake again?" And she said, "Oh, and went on to the next person. She didn't say anything else. Made it kind of like in a joking, "Oh, but like, And then when
Yeah.
Blake was asked that same question, "Oh, it's great. She's great." Well, it was so fake. Her walking down with
Hmm.
all those fans. Also, A Simple Favor, let me be real. Blake's fashion in that movie, top freaking tier. Like,
Hmm.
honestly, that was peak Blake Lively fashion. I think that is what made her be,
Hmm.
like, a fashionista or a well known person in the fashion world. The dress she wore to the premiere, if it didn't look like a used condom, the fit was cute, but it literally
Hmm.
looked like a used condom.
Yeah.
I'm like, the material was my problem. The fit of it in
It's
itself,
latex. Yeah.
very, very fashionable, in my
Hmm.
opinion. If that would have been made with just, like, I don't know, cotton, it might have been a little different. But
Yeah.
everyone online was talking about her dress. I can't say I made up the used condom thing. That's definitely a common theme on TikTok. But yeah, no, she was so fake. You can just see right through that shit. Like,
Yeah, she's trying
trying
way
to
too
save
hard.
face. Trying too hard. Yep, it gave pick me.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I am interested. I'm gonna watch the movie. I'm not gonna
Oh, for
lie,
sure.
just because Michelle Morone's in it.
Hmm.
Sign me up.
Yes.
Yes. um. Anyways, yeah, we'll see if there's any drama that comes from this with him.
Yeah.
Um. Anyways, okay. Meghan Markle TV show came out. People hate
Hmm.
it. People hate it, and people hate her. They are calling her giving Blake Lively energy.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I didn't watch it. I probably am
I know
not
you
going
there.
to. I just think, okay, this is my thought on the whole thing. You are one of the 1 in 500 million people that actually marries a prince, and you
Hmm.
do that fucking shit. You mess it all up. Shut your mouth and live in Buckingham Palace. What the fuck are you doing? I don't care
Hmm.
if you can't wear wedges or whatever the fuck. Girl, you're marrying into royalty. Sit down and shut up.
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's my feelings. That could be outlandish, but
Yeah. I mean, going into it that there's a level of decorum and expectation that you're expected to uphold, and things that you're supposed to do. It's still a job, being in the public eye, and you have to kind of maintain that. And then she didn't. So, I mean, what did you expect, honey? What did you expect to happen?
Kate, honestly, came in, was a normal person too,
Mhm.
and is obviously has cancer, and I hope everything's okay with her. I
Mhm.
remember that great mystery, like I think it was last year
Yeah.
or early last year, like where is Kate? Is she dead? And they're not like that was the
Yeah.
wildest time. But um, yeah, no, she's fit right in. Like there's
Mhm.
William met her at a freaking fashion show.
Mhm.
Like she was a model at the fashion show. So like I would compare that to acting, modeling. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's what she did all the time or is a one-off thing. I don't know. But Kate has just and she's so classy, she's
Mhm.
so respected, so well liked. It's
Mhm.
like she had an opportunity to do that. I know they were going to hate her right off the bat because of her parents being or her being divorced.
Mhm.
And I don't think her race was an issue
Mhm.
because I think she's half, but it was really that she'd been divorced and that her dad like wasn't invited to her wedding and like her prior family drama.
Mhm.
Like her dad was an alcohol. I don't know the whole story, but I just remember I was in Scotland actually when they got married, which is a part of the UK, and the
Mhm.
place we checked in had like Harry and Meghan cupcakes and all sorts of shit. Like they were genuinely excited.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, this is cool." Like, yeah, we're in
Mhm.
the UK when they're getting married, but yeah, it's just insane to me that she would no matter how bad it is, just like go to a summer home. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they have houses everywhere. They travel to keep up public relations. Like, just stay away from the people that are, I don't I don't understand.
Yeah.
Sure I
I
never
wouldn't
will,
do it.
but
No.
I didn't do it. I mean, if you genuinely love the person and you're
Mhm.
going into it knowing that when they got married, she's what 90.
Mhm.
If she's the problem, which everyone thinks she was,
Mhm.
rest in peace, Queen. Um, everyone thinks that she was the problem. Then you no, you just have to deal with it for a little bit,
I
right?
just
Like,
bide your time.
she's super fucking old.
Yeah, she was already like having health issues, so just wait
Is
it out.
I think she died a little while before they even told us because she
Mhm.
hadn't been seen in like 3 months when they
Hmm.
announced that she died. So I'm sure they were trying to get their shit together before telling the whole world that one of the most powerful and probably the longest standing,
Yeah,
I think she was
monarch.
the longest standing queen in history, monarch, yeah, in general. So like I'm sure they were trying to get their shit together before that. Obviously we know they don't have any like real power. They're like figureheads, but they're
Mhm.
still influential people. Anyways, that series everyone hates. I have not seen one good review about it. Period. Everyone hates it. Got renewed for season 2. So, there's going to be more.
Great.
Yeah. Also, big news, kind of. A big teaser from Queen
Mhm.
Rebecca. She be posting, she's in fucking LA right now at
Mhm.
Amazon Studios. And she's got
Yeah.
some big stuff to tell us that she can't wait about. Girl, she loves to troll.
Yes.
Oh man. Anyways, I don't know if you've been seeing it too. The guys that are rumored to be Zayden and Bodhi are trolling us too.
They're
This one
reading in
girl, not to
airports.
Josh. They're reading publicly the books. Okay,
Yes.
Josh Houston is now on the third one, but he was been
Mhm.
spotted with all the books. The other guy, Emilio, everyone wants Emilio for
Mhm.
Zayden and Josh for Bodhi.
Hmm.
Which I kind of agree with because Emilio's like bigger.
Mm.
I feel like he's a little older looking. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. They're both smoking hot. Let's
Yeah.
be real. Oh, I mean, yeah, they have, and they kind of have to look similar because they're so in the book. Obviously they talk about how much they look, but
Mhm.
they'll be like, put broccoli on your plate next time you post if you're playing Zayden. And then he'll use like a broccoli emoji. Or wear all black if you're playing Zayden. And then he'll wear all black in his next picture, like put on a blue hat. And he does. Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, they're trolling. They're having fun
Yeah.
with this. Even if they aren't, they're just living for it.
Yeah.
So maybe after this meeting, we'll get some more announcements, at least casting timeline. I know they've already wrote it. Rebecca Yarros said that. So next is casting, I'm sure. So we'll see. Speaking of things turning into movies, we saw some behind the scenes videos of The Housemaid. And Sydney Sweeney and Brandon are looking a little flirty.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Also, her wardrobe. I know, I'm Christmas. We've got a long fucking time.
I know.
But her wardrobe of like those baggy clothes and stuff, I'm like, perfect. I had pictured that, like, because in my head they're like, she's such a pretty girl that like dolled herself down, and how she looked is exactly how I pictured it. So great job, people doing that wardrobe and makeup, hair, all that. I was like, damn, yeah.
She did the same thing in The Handmaid's Tale.
Euphoria. The Handmaid's Tale.
Like, she was very, like, didn't even realize it was the same person for like 2 episodes. I was like, wait a minute. She is, what's her face, in Euphoria? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because she's naturally like gorgeous girl. Like, can't help it how pretty she is, you know? So I think they've done a good job of that. And then we got some photos leaked from Verity. We saw the Anne Hathaway Verity red dress. My gosh, I think Anne Hathaway is going to kill this role.
Yeah.
I love her. She's forever my princess.
Yes.
She's going to kill it.
Yes.
Okay. One last thing. We've yapped a lot today. Did you hear about the person on the plane? Or am I telling you this for the first time?
No, I didn't hear anything about it.
Okay. We've talked a lot about plane crashes and plane incidents over the last few months. Well, got a first for you. There was a over the pond long flight. Lady died, heart attack, something. Lady died. They fucking left her in the seat next to people for like 4 hours. Okay. My first thought is, can you not put her in a bathroom and just make the bathroom out of order? Because in my head, I've listened to true crime and shit. I know that when you die, everything in your body comes out. So you know there's piss and shit with it, and it can't be smelling good. Plus, also, not trying to be insensitive, but I just feel like this is a clusterfuck. They should have offered the people other seats. Well, maybe it was full. Okay, then there's the bathroom. So then I start reading. Apparently she was extremely overweight, and they were worried about carrying her to the bathroom. Here's my thing. You get on the intercom and say, hey, no one panic. Everyone's going to know anyways. No one panic. We did have a passenger have a heart attack or pass away. Do I have any volunteers to help me transport the body? I know for a fact, if we were sitting nearby, my husband would help because he wouldn't want it, especially if there's children. They're fucking scarred for life. He would look around. Okay, a volunteer. You just need probably 2 to 3 strong guys. There's probably 30 on that plane. You just need a couple that are good Samaritans, which, hey, there's good people everywhere. Move to a bathroom. Everyone's already traumatized, but, like, don't look at it.
Sitting there, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think they offered anyone anything. I mean, the airline can't help it that someone passed away. I agree with that. No. They can't help how they handle it.
Yeah, very poorly.
I was shook when I heard this for the first time. I was like, this is a joke, right?
Horrible. And wild. And so many things.
Yep. Okay, well, we're 42 minutes in and haven't even talked about the book yet, so we better jump on that.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Famous Last Words by Gillian McAllister. You want to read the synopsis? You want me to? Or what is it? It's on the front inside cover.
Okay, yeah, I can read it. Okay, so it's the whole inside cover. From the author of bestseller Wrong Place, Wrong Time comes an addictive thriller about a new mother whose world is upended when her husband commits a terrifying crime. How well does she truly know the man she loves? And what danger does she face if her entire life has been built on a lie? It is June 21st, the longest day of the year, and new mother Camilla's life is about to change forever. After months of maternity leave, she will drop her infant daughter off at daycare for the first time and return to her job as a literary agent. Finally, but when she wakes, her husband Luke isn't there, and in his place is a cryptic note. Then it starts. Breaking news. There's a hostage situation developing in London. The police arrive and tell her Luke is involved, but he isn't a hostage. Her husband, doting father, eternal optimist, is the gunman. What she does next is crucial because only she knows what the note he left behind that morning says. Famous Last Words is the story of a crime, a marriage, and more secrets than Camilla ever could have imagined.
Yeah. I will start out by saying this kind of gave the last thing he told me.
Yes. Immediately, I was like, oh, am I not going to like this because it's literally the same book? But it's not.
It's not. It's not. But it's the same genre for sure. Subgenre even. But it's very different. What did you give it star-wise?
I think a 4.
I think I gave it a 4 because Goodreads doesn't let you do halves. I would have done 3.5.
Haley just texted me and said, "Are we about to start Throne of Glass?"
She saw my Facebook post.
She had to.
Has she read it yet?
Yeah, she's been telling me for months, you guys have to do this already. Come on.
Okay. Well, we're doing it.
I give it a 5 because they don't do halves.
You did?
I was gonna do 4.5, but yeah, just because of the twist.
Okay. I will say, I liked it. I didn't love it. I wouldn't like go out of my way to read it again. If someone asks me if it's good, I'm gonna say yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Apparently the internet disagrees because I say this almost every week. I always get on TikTok and Reddit and whatnot and look for people's thoughts on the book because I just want to know going into our recording. The book of the month thread about this book, I scrolled down pretty far and I haven't found one person that liked it.
That's crazy.
I know. I don't understand. Usually we kind of agree with the masses, I feel like, besides Quicksilver. We really agree with them. So I was kind of surprised by this. But maybe it's because we've taken a break from thrillers. Maybe this is people who are very critical of thrillers because they read them all the time, whereas we've been really in our romantasy era for a little bit. So this was our first thriller to cover probably since the Midnight Library, right? Or Midnight Feast. And Geneva Rose books. We did all those in January, I think. So we hadn't read a thriller in a few months or covered a thriller in a few months. That's kind of what maybe they're more critical because it's their thing, whereas we flop around.
Maybe.
Yeah, so the internet didn't like it. Some of the common complaints were that they didn't spend enough time with the mother-daughter relationship. They always felt like she was always dumping the daughter off on the sister. Like there wasn't enough of that on page. Which, like,
okay,
I don't really think it's necessary, and I'm sure she didn't either, and that's why it's not in there. Now, if the daughter had, like, made a comment about her daddy reaching out to her or something, that would have been impactful for the plot. But I don't feel like it was neat. That would have been filler to hit a page count goal. Like, I don't think it was necessary.
No. That's weird. Such an odd complaint.
It was oddly specific. This person says plot was definitely intriguing, but I think the writing was a bit lackluster. I wanted more excitement during part 1. A lot of people were saying the writing was lackluster and then were complaining about typos and like they thought the book wasn't edited at all. Some person even took a picture and had like edited it themselves, which we don't see that because we listen to it. We have the book, but we both listen to it. So maybe in the writing of reading the actual book, there was a lot of typos. I don't know, but people are saying that. Like, y'all just need something better to do.
Yeah.
Y'all got time to literally edit a book that's already published? Like, I can send you a list of shit that I need help with.
Yeah.
I'll put you to work.
Yeah.
You're very thorough on that, so I appreciate the attention to detail. Let's put that into making candle Facebook posts. I don't know. Like, I'll pay you.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay, if you had to change anything about the book, would you?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't either.
No, like the timeline was good. The overall story was good. There wasn't too much detail on anything. There wasn't a lack of detail on anything. Like I feel like it flowed really well and you could kind of pick up on things. I definitely felt like there was something going on with Charlie before, but never would have guessed that. Like, I was like,
Really?
oh, yeah,
See, I kind of guessed Charlie. I knew Charlie was bad in some capacity. I didn't
yeah,
guess how it all came together. But I
yeah.
definitely knew that he was bad. And I'll tell you what the indicator was. When they were at their first, when she first starts talking about like going on dates with him and stuff, and they're at
Hmm.
that, I think it's a bar or a restaurant, and she gets the coordinates. And he was just
Hmm.
totally chill being blown off. Like, their food
Yeah,
hadn't even. And he knew she was lying. It says that in the book. Like, he knew I was lying, but he accepted it. Then I immediately was like, ding, 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 red flag.
yeah,
Because if I was on a date with someone, I'm like, he was just too chill and too patient. If I was in that situation, I would have been like, okay, and then never reached back out. Like, that would
yeah.
have felt shitty to me. Now, if there's a
Hmm.
legitimate excuse, like, hey, I'm so sorry, I genuinely had something come up and didn't get into it and was
Hmm.
like, I've gotta go, you know,
Yeah.
I would probably assume, their stomach's fucked up or something
Yeah.
like that and just move on. But her
Yeah.
being like making up something about the kid and him knowing
Yeah.
that's not true, that would have rubbed me the wrong way.
Hmm.
And he was just too patient and too chill about everything. I knew he had to have ulterior motives. Like, men are not that patient or chill. Women aren't
Yeah.
either, for that matter. People
No.
aren't.
No. And I, like, looking back, I realized immediately after that is also the beginning of the next chapter was when it said, um, anonymous reporting, on Camilla. I was like, oh, I should have clued into that
Yeah.
because I was like, who is this anonymous person reporting back to this brother? Who's the brother?
The brother thing was hanging me up too. I'm like,
Yeah.
who's the brother? Okay, so I kind of figured, I'm not gonna lie, I figured the woman was in on it. There was a part of me that thought for a bit that he was having an affair with that woman,
Yeah.
and it just became this whole thing to cover it up. Because she got let go. Like, that
Yeah.
was the thing. I thought, okay, him and that woman are involved. Maybe they met at that warehouse and then they started to get robbed. I don't know. That was kind of where my brain started going, which
Mm,
she did a good job of making that seem like a possibility.
yeah.
Yeah, so no, I definitely knew the woman and Charlie. I did not anticipate the cop.
No.
So that was a good twist. I did like the chapters that were about the detective or the negotiator.
Hmm.
I did actually like those.
Yeah.
I always like it when they put in a book a good kind of cop figure because I feel like sometimes in books cops end up being like the worst. Like, what's that one Colleen Hoover book that her brother's a cop? Or is it her dad? No, it's her dad.
That one is Hopeless, the Hopeless series. Finding Hope,
And
Losing
no,
Hope.
that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one is the dad. There's one that the brother is in a Colin Hoover book too, I think. No, he's not the brother. He's the it's Confess. It's the
It's the like brother-in-law of the guy that she was
yes.
in love with and had the kid with. Yeah.
Yes. That's the one I'm thinking of. And then the book I just finished, Devil's Night. One of them is a brother. Devil's Night series. One of them was a brother and is bad. It's like that from day one. That's not a spoiler. So, anyways, I just feel like it's every once in a while you need like a good.
Good
Oh, what
cop.
was that? Yeah, Jennifer Hillier. The Butcher.
Mm-hmm.
I knew we both had read that one. Man, Jennifer Hillier's a queen, dude. She's like top tier
Yeah.
thriller, fucked up thriller. Okay, I want to read this one comment that I thought was kind of funny.
Okay.
They brought receipts, and it's not a good comment on the book. I don't agree, but I just thought it was funny. This is one of the dumbest books I've ever read. I think I'm done with thrillers. I understand thrillers aren't always believable, but this was nonsense. First, Luke leaves his infant in the car to break up a gunfight. Nonsense. Then he accidentally kills someone and doesn't go to the police or tell his wife. He thinks his life and family are in danger, tells no one. Nonsense. Rather than seek professional assistance, he resorts to ... more murder? Then disappears for 7 years and communicates to his wife through puzzles? Nonsense. Cam has absolutely no personality and immediately takes her dumbass husband back after all that nonsense. First of all, it was boring as hell. I hated this. The nonsense was cracking me up. I do agree that instead of seeking professional assistance, he went to more murder. I do agree with that. But you never know what you're going to do as a person until you're literally in that situation.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be realistic. Maybe he would fucking go off grid. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't understand, and it did kind of throw me off. Like, their house got broken into, and he didn't call the cops. He pretended he did. Who did he call?
Maybe no one.
Yeah.
Just pretend to be on the phone. I agree. I would have checked his phone records for that day and seen who all he called.
Yeah. Like,
if I was her, once I found that out. Yeah. No, I agree. Like, that would have been my first thing is, honestly, they would have put them in the witness protection program, is what they would have done, and it would have been fine. But he thought he was going to get in trouble for the other one. Which, if he was honest about it, he wouldn't have. He would have had to go to court and testify and all this shit. But he wouldn't have gotten in trouble for it.
Yeah. That was so weird.
Yeah. No, people literally, this person posts, around the halfway point, I'm struggling. Anyone else feel this way? I don't feel engaged at all. I just don't. I'm sorry. And they're coming up one after the other, and I just am not feeling it.
Yeah, that's weird, because I was pretty, like, at the beginning, it was just curious, and I was like, okay, but where are we going with this? Because, like you said, it sounded and felt like the last thing he said. And I was like, oh, is this going to be an exact freaking, is this Frida McFadden all over again?
Yeah.
And then things started changing. You know, we got different details, and I was like, okay, I can get into this. And then I listened to it all in like a day and a half.
Yeah. No, I did it real quick too. Like same time frame. It was a quick read. It wasn't too long. That's another thing I did like. Sometimes thriller books, they either make them too short that it's not enough build up, that you don't get opportunities to figure it out. I think we had that on a mystery we read. I was like, I don't feel like they gave us enough clues to even figure it out. And then also sometimes they drag on so long, I get disengaged because I'm like, okay, I don't even give a shit at this point. I've read this book for 14 hours. It's not a fantasy book. This is a fucking thriller. Who killed who?
Yeah.
So I feel like the pacing and the size was perfect. I don't have any complaints about that. So apparently we are an anomaly.
That's so weird.
Maybe it's just because she talked to us on Instagram.
Maybe.
We're still fangirling subconsciously. We're like, she messaged us on Instagram, so we're cool.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I enjoyed it, so I don't know.
I did too.
Those people are just assholes.
Yeah, for sure.
Cynical assholes.
They're probably the people that find something wrong with every single book, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get in moods like that, but then I check myself and I'm like, I'm enjoying and I'm escaping reality, so Loren, shut the fuck up. It just took your mind off of the 0-degree temperature and miserableness that is outside for 6 hours. Like, you're fine.
Yeah. Chill the fuck out.
Or the amount of work that you have to do that you're putting off to read this book. Totally forgot about it. What work? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Anyways, anything else to add?
No.
Okay.
Everything was wrapped up in a nice little bow, so no questions.
Yes. I love that. Also, sometimes I hate it. I like a book that's like, wait,
Did
what?
they really?
Did they really?
Yeah. All right. So go follow our socials. Be sure to subscribe and share if you are inclined. And check back next week as we cover Assassin's Blade, the first or third, depending on how you read it, in the Throne of Glass series. So
excited.
Yeah. Excited and nervous because it's going to last forever.
By the 7th book, we're probably going to be like, we need a little cushy romance or thriller.
Yeah. But yeah, we will talk to you guys later.
Bye.